Hey everybody, this is Gunnar with On the Brink Games, and I'm bringing you a standard deck tech with red-green landfall, a deck that Ari Lax and his team took to Pro Tour Milwaukee. And I'm just going to go a quick overview of the deck because I didn't design it or anything like that. I have played one 8-man with it so far, so I'm just going to go over just the key cards that makes this deck a little different in comparison to the standard Tarka red deck that's been running around standard with Battle for Zendikar. So, like every other Tarka red deck or red-green like aggro deck, it has 4 Tarka's commands in the deck. This card is just very versatile, and actually a mode that usually would not come up is a part of this one where it says you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Since we're playing we're leaning towards the landfall side of things, that ability will come up and can come up with a Tarka's command. So that is something to think about when making decisions based on how much damage can I push through with this card. And you can definitely like put in Evolving Wilds off that card and sack it, and then it's an extra 2 damage instead of the extra +1/+1 that you get from creatures you control. Gain reach and +1/+1 until end of turn. So cards that you're like kind of wondering about, like it plays Scythe Leopard. It's a good 1-drop, but it also plays Monastery Swiftspear as the other 1-drop. It doesn't only plays 1 Zergo, and Zergo is a very easy card to cut when sideboarding. So I understand why they'd only play 1. Scythe Leopard is just one of the landfall creatures, and it can do great things, but at the same time it's pretty weak in comparison to some of the other landfall, but it's a necessary evil, as in you definitely need 1-drops to be an aggressive deck. And then we go over to the next landfall creature, and that's Snapping Gnarlid. You may be thinking to yourself, why Snapping Gnarlid? Why aren't you playing the red one, the McKindy Slide Runner? That's a 2/1 with Trample. Well, the main reason is because that card's red. Snapping Gnarlid is green, and it dodges the main instant speed removal that you'll probably come up and face against in like white decks, which is Righteous Fury, I think. It's I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but it's a white instant spell for 1 in a white that destroys target white or destroys target red or black attacking or blocking creature, and you gain 2 life. That card can definitely be a blowout when especially when you're playing a deck like this where it's more combo oriented and you really are going all in on one creature. So Snapping Gnarlid definitely dodges that piece of removal. So that's very good, and I like the change. I like Snapping Gnarlid over McKindy Slide Runner. You do lose Trample, but in the matchups it's good and it's worth it. Like Snapping Gnarlid is definitely better than Trample, I think. And then it plays Fort Den Protector. This card, you might be thinking, is this card really that aggressive card? It's not that aggressive, but it also brings back combo pieces. And the second ability, or I guess the main ability on the card that says creatures with power less than Den Protectors can't block it. It's definitely just absolutely insane. Your opponent like taps out for a Siege Rhino, thinks he's safe, and you're like, alright, flip on my Den Protector. I will either just Titan Strength, attack you for 6, or I'll go Become Immense, attack you for 9, you can't block it, you're dead. Or like some Temur Battle Rage, everything. And the second ability, when you Megamorph it, also comes up where you can return definitely combo pieces to your hand that you had to use early, or you need another creature, etc. Or you need another land to pump your team of Snapping Gnarlids and Scythe Leopards, and you want to go ahead and get like a Bloodstain Mire back, and that forces more damage through, etc. Den Protector is very versatile, and I think very great addition to this deck. And it's just fantastic. And then we go over to the red 1-drops. I touched on Zergo a little bit. I mean, it's a necessary evil, like I said. You definitely want to be aggressive and want to have probably at least 9 1-drops, and this deck has 9, so it's one of those. And it's pretty good. The dash ability can come up, but also it's one of those cards that's easy to cut when sideboarding. So, 4 Monastery Mentors, Monastery Swiftspears, and I just dragged one off of my collection, so gotta bring that back to the deck. This card is also great. We do run a decent amount of spells, so the prowess ability will be triggered, and it's just one of the best one-drop red creatures ever printed, so that's a plus. Then we go over to the 2-drops as an Abbot of Carol Keep. This card definitely is insane. It makes you hit your land drops on time. It gives you a little card advantage where this deck would usually have 0, which is fantastic. And sometimes you can just play this on turn 3. You usually want to play on turn 3. Sometimes you have to play it on turn 2. But that's just how your hand is situated, and sometimes you gotta do something you don't want to do for the better. So Abbot of Carol Keep, great card advantage engine. Then we go over to the spells for Titan Strength. This is another combo piece with Tomorrow Battle Rage. And then we have 4 Become Immense. And if you guys don't know what the combo is, I can run through it. It's pretty much just pump spells and Tomorrow Battle Rage. Tomorrow Battle Rage reads, target creature gains double strike until end of turn, and it has a ferocious text on it. That creature also gains trample until end of turn if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. And with Titan Strength or Become Immense, the second ability will always resolve, and it will always get trample, and it makes their blocks, and just in general, they just die, because double strike is an insane mechanic and it's great. I'll go touch on the lands just because the land base is a little different than usual, because we are playing a LandFall deck. We're actually playing a lot of fetch lands. We're playing a total of 12 fetches plus an Evolving Wild, so 13. No, 14. Oh, no, 13, yeah. 13 fetches, which is a little different from other red decks. We're also playing 24 lands just because we're running so many fetches. You'd think, oh, well, your curve is so low. Why do you need that many lands? Well, we're playing LandFall, so we definitely want to hit our lands, and we definitely want to keep every land is just a pump spell, which is fantastic. And sometimes you don't even need, for Tomorrow Battle Rage to work, you don't even need pump spells. Sometimes you just can use your lands and just go ahead and go, oh my god, my Snapping Gnarlid's a 5/5. Alright, Battle Rage it. You take 10. It's great value. So, and then we're playing a total of 5 mountains, 4 forests, and 2 Cinderglades. And then let's go touch on the sideboard now. Sideboard might seem a little weird, but I like it. We have the control package in the corner here, 2 Sarkons and 3 Outpost Siege. This is pretty much strictly for control, and maybe grindier matchups where they might have some removal for like a lot of board removal, and you really want to follow it up with keep the cards coming. So Outpost Siege is something you could look at in a matchup like that. And Sarkon is great. You might think 5 mana, you're playing an aggro red deck, but like I said, we have 24 lands, so Sarkon is very castable. It's very castable. So then we go to an interesting card, Silver Dragonclaw. This card is for the green-white mirror, like the green-white matchup, and just creature mirror in general. It has a great ability where, well, first off, it's a 4/2 with trample, so it already turns on Ferocious for your Tomorrow Battle Rage, which is fantastic. But it has a text here that says you can pay either 1 and a blue-blue, or blue-red, or red-red, any combination of red-blue for 2, so 3. And you gain control of target creature an opponent controls with power less than Yusovus. So if you're playing against green-white, they have Den Protectors. Those are 3/2s. They have Deathhouse Raptors. Those are 3/3s. They have Ward on the first tree. That is usually just a 3/3. If it's anything bigger, well, you're probably dying. And then, Wingmate Rocks, I think, are 3/4s. So you can take literally everything. You can take their hangerback walkers and just take them and then swing, and then you get the tokens. Like, it's just a fantastic card. This card is very underrated and just great on all levels, I think. Then we have 4 Arc Lightnings. Arc Lightnings are for, like, sort of the mirror match. Not really the mirror match, just because you don't play any token producers, so it's for, like, red decks that are trying to go wide with Dragon Fodders and Hordeling Outbursts, etc. It also can take care of some Jaces and like Jeskai cards, sort of like 3 mana to get rid of a Mantis Rider is fine. It's not fantastic. It's not really what you want to be doing, but you could do something along those lines. So it's not the worst in that matchup. And then we have two Wild Slashes, Necessary Evil against Jace's, Seeker of the Ways, and the 2/2 with lifelink that buys back spells, Soulfire Grandmaster, and just other cards that get in the way and you want to keep tempo. It's great against other red decks. So, like, say you're on the play, you go 1-drop, and they go 1-drop, and then you go, okay, I'll go 1-drop into Wild Slash attack with my team. So, Wild Slash is a great card that's also a necessary evil for the format. And then we have two Rendering Volleys. I could say maybe playing 3 of this card, actually, because it takes care of Ojutai for the control matchup, and it also takes care of Mantis Rider. Mantis Rider is a very hard... It's just an issue. It's a 3/3, so it can block your Den Protector when you flip it up. It has Vigilance, and so it's aggressive and attacking you, but it also has Vigilance, so it can block your whole team pretty profitably. So, Rendering Volley is a great card against that. Can't be countered, and it's just a fantastic card. So yeah, that's the red-green landfall deck. If you have any questions, please go ahead and comment below. If not, stay tuned for the 8-man event. Hopefully I can 3-0. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Gunnar with On the Brink Games.